Good morning. It's great to be with you here in the chapel. Before I share some personal thoughts with you, I wanted to let you know what's happening in our search for a new director of spiritual life / school minister. As some of you know, Mr. Flanders, youthful and energetic as he is, cannot remain with us forever. So we are in the process of looking for a replacement for him, and what's more, someone who can help lead us in a direction that we hope will bring together not only the spiritual life we nurture here in chapel, but many aspects of the school's mission, which might generally be called wellness. Mr. Flanders and I have had preliminary conversations with candidates who have expressed interest in the position. We've invited 3 of them to spend a day on campus this coming month, meeting with various students and faculty members and speaking in chapel. On Monday, February 16th, Mr. Scott LeBrun will be here. On Wednesday, February 18th, Ms. Marie Luca, and Mr. Emmanuel Mercer on Monday, February 23rd. I know you'll give each of them a fair hearing, and Mr. Flanders and I welcome any thoughts you have after they visit. Thanks very much for your help with this. And if anyone has questions about the candidates or the process, please let one of us know. So, my chapel talk. I'm very grateful for the opportunity to speak in chapel, and I hope in the next few minutes you'll indulge me while I use this bully pulpit to suggest 10 things I think would make Brooks a better place. Now, I want to start by making clear that this is in no way a criticism of who we are. Brooks is a strong and vital school, and I'm very proud to be part of it. But it's that very sense of pride in school that makes me think how we can do better. My list is personal and eclectic. It's not profound, and not all of my 10 things are practical. Some are clearly aspirational, some are whimsical, some are earnest. I have not arranged them in any particular order. As I thought about what my 10 points should be, I naturally turned to my advisees, seated over on the wall there, for help. They gave me some good suggestions, mostly, which I have incorporated. Some of them wished to remain anonymous. So, here's my list. Number 1, I'd like to see us build even more opportunities for interaction between adults and students. Relationships in school grow most naturally through lots of little points of connection. And if relationships are the lifeblood of Brooks, which I believe they are, the more avenues for easy, natural interaction we can create, the more fertile the soil will be for deeper, more meaningful conversations later on. We can do this in many ways. It was one of the ideas behind the winter term Bias in the News course Ms. Perkins and I taught this year. News is one of those things adults and kids can talk about easily and non-threateningly. Even as it connects us to the world, it connects us to one another. One of my advisees, who wishes to remain anonymous for some reason, suggested that another way to foster these connections would be to have a scheduled advisor period each week. I love this idea. And here's another one from Michael Flanagan. How about more student-faculty athletic contests? Great idea. I remain a little bothered that Safe wimped out on his squash match against Mr. Packard last year. But I still have a firm belief that in any 3-on-3 basketball tournament, Mr. McVeigh, Ms. Bilodeau, and Mr. Skinner could take on any opponent with ease. Bring it on. Number 2, I'd like to see us throw off what feels to me like our colonial homage to Groton School. I know at least one of my advisees agrees with me on this. Did you know that our school hymn was also Groton's? And it was theirs a long time before it was ours? I happen to know that a great school hymn of our own exists, and I'd like to see us try it. And how about those Groton red doors? What about some Brooks Green instead? And that statue of Endicott Peabody in the link? Really? How about Frank Ashburn? Or maybe Dusty? I'd like to see us, number 3, I'd like to see us treat one another with greater civility. To quote Lee Goodman, if kids could do the small stuff around campus, like holding doors and saying hi when passing people in the hallways, we'd be a better school. Now, I don't think we're terrible about this, but I think we could do better, especially, as Gio Vargas reminds me, when it comes to cleaning up after ourselves and thanking the maintenance, dining hall, and facilities folks who do so much for us. We will all be richer if we remember that we share stewardship of our school regardless of our roles in it. Number 4, I'd like to see us create and exercise more opportunities for student leadership and service, especially in the lower forms. For example, why couldn't the third form be responsible for raising money for a cause of their own choosing? Learning, like our winter term philanthropy classes, as much as they can about the charity and educating our community as a whole about it. The fourth form could be responsible for all visitors to the campus, organizing welcome events, orientation games for new students in the fall, being responsible for admission tours in general, being the ambassadors for goodwill for all newcomers to campus, and so on. Not very good examples, perhaps, but you get the idea. We shouldn't expect all leadership to come from the seniors. Number 5, I would like to see us celebrate excellence more. I'd love to see, right here in the chapel, a celebration of excellence 3 times a year, fall, winter, and spring. Just as we recognize great performances in sports, we should embrace excellence in the arts and in music more fully. How about listening to Henry Hollingsworth do a guitar solo? What about outstanding creative writing? Chris Thomas's best short film or skit. While we do some of this kind of thing at the start of the year, at Cum Laude, at the Wilder Speaking Prize, and at the lawn ceremony and prize day, we could do more, in my view. I'd also like to see us have a poetry recitation competition. Number 6, I'd like to see us do seated dinners differently, and maybe more often. None of my advisees advocates this idea, by the way. Here's my idea. No assigned seating. Sit with your friends at any faculty table you wish. Casual dress. Great conversation between adults and kids in a comfortable setting. Now, I understand this doesn't serve the purpose of bringing diverse groups together. That should happen every Tuesday at lunch, when we should do mix-it-up days, supervised by our student government leaders. Number 7, I'd like to see us cultivate a true athletic rivalry with another school in the ISL, with a true Spirit Week, leading up each season to a Friday night pep rally, Saturday full of contests with that school. Goofy clothes, skits in school meeting, maybe even a fight song. Nostalgic? Yes, but why not? And as Chris Thomas reminds me, we shouldn't think of this school spirit as limited to athletics. The more we can support one another, the stronger we'll be. Number 8, I'd like to see us put nice paving stone curbs on our newly pedestrianized Main Street. The parts of that road with those curbing stones, like down there, they look great. The rest of it, muddy, unclear. I'd like to see paving stones all the way up and down Main Street now that it's pedestrian. Number 9. My ninth suggestion comes directly from Vito Bavaro. A puppy petting stress release station and a hot tub. No comment.
Mr. Hale, you can't do that. I would personally like to go to a school where people's ideas, even the craziest ones, are listened to. Ideas are what make us human, and each one of them deserves some thought. Mr. Hale, please, comment.
Okay, Sathik. Great ideas deserve a lot of thought. Lesser ideas deserve less thought. Vito's idea deserves no thought.
Fair enough.
Finally, number 10, I'd like to have a level thirds soccer field. I'm not even that worried about the huge rock in the ground near the far goal. Just level would be fantastic. Thanks for listening. What's on your list? Have a good day.